is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience, and continuing with the Ensar Oud theme. I think the last upload was Ensar Oud, don't quote me on that. But for today, I have Pinoy LTD for you guys, and this is a sampler. And this one is Filipino Oud. I never even knew that there was such a thing as Filipino Oud, but apparently there is. So, what we will be doing for today is we're gonna go over them using from the Ensar Oud website, and then I will get on with going through a perfume experience with you guys. However, before we get started, and as per tradition on this channel, make sure to grab your favorite snack, a bevy or a cafe, sit back, relax, and enjoy the awesomeness that's about to come your way. Man, I don't know what I would do without coffee. Okay, let's get started. When I recently, so by the way, this is just Pinoy. I'm not sure if it's the same as Pinoy LTD. That's the only descriptive I could find on the Ensar Oud website. So I'm assuming that's what it is or close to it. So, anyways, when I recently bought back a stash of Oud Royale to Philippines 2007 from a collector, I did what the Chinese Oud tycoons did back in 2011 when they flew to the Gulf to buy back their own wood. What does this tell you? The only way to get this class of Oud is to get it back. The reason you're even reading about this is because we waited more than 11 years after releasing Oud Royale 2 to release this Filipino Oud, one that smells completely different. It almost feels like a lie. The world of Oud seems so vast, with so many new vendors mushrooming and the supply seemingly never ending, that it can't be true. But all you have to do is ask yourself, ask Google, ask anybody. Nobody sells this caliber sinking grade Filipino Oud. It is not that there are old Filipino oils in circulation that you just don't have access to. It's that nobody owns any such Filipino Oud to sell. At the time we made Oud Royale 2 and Pinoy, who else was organizing fishing boats to survey the Filipino shores in search of agar wood? Certainly nobody took the treasures they found up to Taiwan to be distilled into the single most sought out signature in the Oud world. With Oriscent Ouds, you get impossibly rare and expensive wood distilled into a singular aesthetic. And Pinoy is in many ways the El Capitan of this world. A scent that's almost pure heart note right from the top, with a narcotic consistency that even Oud Royale 2 doesn't give you. No one can go back a decade to capture such a montage of mimosa, lilac, and pepper lacquered in oud smoke, just like no one can now spend 10 years to age it for these notes to marry and become a single addicting chord. In fact, hardly anybody knew about Filipino Oud until recently. Case in point, yours truly. This Oud, where those around you don't just feel comfortable in your fragrant presence, they want in. What others think might not matter, what this shows is the sense tenacity. The satisfaction of smelling the powdery pollen wave bounce off of the flush of blue Chiara. A combo that once smelled you cannot unsmell. You will crave this Pinoy like no other Oud. And I'm just taking a break to sip on some coffee. Pinoy is the granddaddy of Filipino oud, a pristine, herbaceous blue wrapped in the spice of myrrh with a powdery, soft, burning Kiara glaze that's the signature of each Oriscent legend. Fresh heart notes reminiscent of Sri Lanka and Maluku Island ouds never depart from the resinous core native to the scent of mighty old Gaharo. I think that's how it's pronounced. Oud Real 2 is darker, smokier, with a heavier tenor. It's more Oud Royal. Pinoy follows the Zen tradition of Natrang, Kiara, and Royal Gulam, where the resinous profile of the heated wood takes center stage. Don't expect a youthful barrage of top notes out of sync with body of the scent. Notes don't scatter about. Instead, the scent progression holds super tight, slowly transmuting from top through dry down with a narcotic, bitter, sweet medicinal sweetness that lines each chord. The maturity and depth of Pinoy bubble like a sticky slab of Bengal grade agar wood, zero fraction, Oriscent style distillation, and a batch of old Lapinsan that's rarer than Stardust Faturan make Pinoy one of the most mesmerizing scents known to humankind. Okay, so that's pretty much it, you guys, for the descriptive. So I don't think I've smelt this before. This was sitting in my sampler stash, hidden somewhere among all the awesome samples and perfumes I have. So yeah, I most likely am experiencing this for the first time with you guys. So prepare to be amused. Jeez. Okay. Wow. Yo. You know what? God, this is delicious. Wow. This is so, my God, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, off of the top of my head, you're getting antiseptic, resinous, sweet, sticky, incensey, slightly smoky notes. It's also airy. Like, it's a lot of the ouds, you feel there's heaviness to them. This feels light and airy. Wow. There is certainly floral notes to this. I can see how you can say that there's mimosa here. The floral tones and notes in here are not jasmine-y like. It's more of a fruity floral note to this. Wow. This is, you guys, this is a must. I'm ordering at least a recoverable vial, like a 0.25 gram. Wow. And here's the good thing is that this oud in here is more on the incensey, fruity floral side of things. The antiseptic note and the incense is here, but it's not overpowering at all. It's without a doubt an oud, but it's also lighter in a sense. Like it's sticky and greasy, like resinous, not greasy, my bad. But it also has this airiness to it. Man, this is right here is food for my soul. Like I live for stuff like this, okay? This is wow. I can see the powderiness mentioned here, but wow, this is zen, you guys. But it's in a different delivery. Wow. Wow. This is just. I think I found a new love. I want to fill a bathtub or a swimming pool of this and just soak in it. Okay, I'm gonna stop before I start perving all over this. Okay. So. So good. Okay, focus. Let's get focused. Alright, so. For those of you that don't want to continue watching the video, is this a buy? 100% yes, 200,000% yes. I mean, just fucking blind buy it. But for those of you that want the extras that we usually talk about, well, here we go. So, in terms of performance, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this does have medium performance to it. It is literally wafting towards my nose, even though I have it down on my coffee table. And just having touched the bottle and had it around my skin a bit, maybe smidges of the oil, even far away from my nose, you are getting quite a bit of performance out of it. Now, it's not stronger beast mode by any stretch of the imagination, but it most certainly does have performance to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say medium projection. In terms of trail and sillage, really depending on your skin chemistry, I'm gonna go ahead and say between low and medium. But most certainly, out of a lot of the other ouds I've gotten to experience, this one has better performance, even though it's a pure oil, which is typically speaking would be considered a skin scent. Now, with respect to seasonality, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is suitable for spring and summer, possibly fall. I wouldn't recommend it for winter, just because while this oud is still resinous and incensey, it has smoky facets, it is a bit airy, it is light, it has this lightness to it, and I think it's gonna shine the most in hotter temperatures and hotter weather without being overwhelming like some of those more heavier ouds that are heavy on smoke and heavy on incense. So good. But yeah, so you can actually wear this comfortably in hotter weather like summer, spring, and well into the fall. In terms of time of day, I'm gonna go ahead and say you can wear this any time of day, morning, afternoon, or evening. It's just such a multifaceted oud that it has elements of it that will shine in the night, like the incense, the smoke, the resin, and then you have elements of it that will shine through the day and mornings and early afternoon, like the floral notes in here, fruity floral notes, and the antiseptic note in here tend to do better in the morning. With respect to context, how you would enjoy this, listen, do yourself a favor, do something you enjoy, and before you enjoy it, put some of that oud on, okay? Guys, this is such a zen meditative experience. If you are into, so I'm about to start boxing, okay? And I just want to do it to do something that's different physically. And this would be a perfect oud to put on while I'm training for boxing or for sparring sessions. And the reason I say that is, for me, I have a different interpretation of being in a meditative state. I can't just sit still to meditate, okay? That just drives me crazy. However, my brain does slow down and I enter a meditative state when I'm doing intense physical activity. So for me, it's weightlifting as well as boxing coming up very soon for me. So this is how I relax, okay? That's just me. But if your version of relaxation is just sitting down and sipping on a glass of wine or smoking a cigar or reading a book or just sitting still and meditating or doing yoga, whatever your definition or interpretation of meditation is, this will go fantastically with it. Whatever it is that you do to help you slow down your thoughts, quiet your brain and your soul and yourself, and allow yourself to slow down and introspect, this scent will help you reach that destination in a very enjoyable, olfactory experience. Okay? So definitely consider this for any Zen meditative activities you partake in. Now, with respect to how you would dress this, honestly, anything that's casually flowy, that you're comfortable in, soft, airy, loose would be the best to wear this and enjoy. But actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say that if your idea of meditating is going out for a fine dining experience where somebody, takes care of you, serves you, pampers you, you can wear this also on a suit or formal attire to go out to a fine dining restaurant. Now, probably not the best setting for it, but I will go as far as saying you can pull it off, okay? If that's your idea of relaxing, meditating, and being in a Zen state, So you combine your olfactory with your taste buds. I mean, you can't go wrong there, okay? So, guys, I wish you can smell what I'm smelling through the lens. I have the vial quite at like 2 arms length away from me, and it is just wafting towards my nose, and the vial is closed, okay? It is just from opening it and airing it a bit, and I possibly got some of the oil around the vial, but it's just, wow, this one is a winner, you guys. So 1000% recommend, even for a blind buy. You would not regret this one. This, for me, as soon as I'm done with this and the editing, I'm pulling the trigger on at least a 0.25 gram recovery vial. And yeah, this is just, wow. I needed this. It's been a busy week and a rough week for me. But with that said, you guys, 100% recommend this. Get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it if anything I've stated so far is up your alley. This is most certainly something you want in your collection. I know I want it in mine. And I have to remind everybody, because I don't want people thinking I don't get paid or compensated to say any of this stuff. This is just my opinion about some of these scents and my experience with them, and I'm sharing them out there just to help inform and kind of share my thoughts and get feedback if any of you are interested in sharing that with me in the comments. With that said, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here as per usual. Very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.